guys, welcome to my book review channel, BookTube. I'm really new to this side of YouTube. I do have a reaction channel where I react to new music and music videos and everything that happens in the music pop world. So if you enjoy those kind of videos, I will leave that channel below. But I really wanted to make a book review channel because I've just read a book and I'm just so excited about the book that I just have to talk about it. So I'm just going to give you a brief background about me and my reading and reading books and stuff. When I was younger, I used to read all the time. Literally all the time. I have stacks of books under my bed. I have like massive reading piles that I just never get around to, and I think as I got older I just became really lazy with reading. Like I just wouldn't bother to pick up a book, or I'd only ever pick up a book if I was on holiday or reading on an aeroplane, and then I'd get really distracted and just wouldn't be able to concentrate on reading because I'd be too busy thinking about you know, what is happening on Twitter, Instagram, etc. I'd just be so invested in watching TV and series that I just stopped reading for a good few years. However, with being in lockdown and in quarantine and stuff, I have found a love for reading again, and it's made me really happy, and so much so that I read this book right here called He Started It by Samantha Downing. I read this book in 2 days, and that's the fastest I've read a book in about 10 years. So yeah, and this author makes me so excited about reading because I have read her first book called My Lovely Wife. I read that last year when I was on holiday, and obviously as no holidays are happening at the moment, or for this year in fact, this book just is one of them ones that you start reading and you think, oh, it's good, it's getting good. But this book has so many twists and turns that you just genuinely can't put it down. I found myself thinking, oh my god, I'm reading this book so fast, I need to slow down because I will finish it in one day. So I put it down for the rest of the day, went about my day. But anyways, this book is a thriller mystery. He started it. Who's the he that started it? What did he start? What did he do? All them kind of things just float around your head. This is a story of a sibling road trip throughout America, and these siblings took the road trip with their 4 siblings. They took the road trip with their grandpa when they were younger. On the road trip when they were younger, they'd stopped by loads of different sites on the way there. And as the siblings grew older, they grew apart, they live in different states, etc. You find out quite early on that the grandpa had passed away, and the entire reason that all of these siblings had come back together was solely to get the inheritance from grandpa. And I really loved the twist in this, that it didn't click in my head until quite far on, that in this book there's, by the way, spoiler ahead, to skip if you don't want to hear the spoiler, but the way this book is laid out is just so good to read, and it just keeps you so enticed. You just need to know like what's going to happen next. So the siblings, like I said, they all are older now. Some of them are married. When they were younger, there were 4 siblings on the road trip. Ending the road trip when they were younger, only 3 siblings made it home. So for about 20 years, the other sibling has been missing. This is where the story gets really exciting and interesting. You just find yourself just being like, well, is she alive? What happened to her on this road trip? Like, are they going to find her on this road trip? Is she alive? Is she not alive? what happened for her to go missing. Did the grandpa do something to her? Like, it's quite insane, but I love how I just could not put it down, and I am obsessed with this author, and I think it just is such an amazing thing to be an author that's only got, this is her second novel, and I am so excited for her third novel to come out. I don't know when that is, I don't know if she's written it yet, but anyways. So these siblings go on a road trip, and the whole aim is to get to an end point. And there's just lots of things that the whole way through you think, oh, that's got to be enough mind-blowing things that could possibly happen. I think I've predicted what's going to come next, and then bam, just hits you like a ton of bricks. And I literally went downstairs to my mum, was holding the book, and was just like, this entire family is insane, and I am now going to finish this book today, but this entire family is literally insane. And I think just that sentence, this family is insane, kind of sums up the entire premises of the book. They go on this road trip, and the narrative that we read is of Beth. Is it Beth? Yeah, so the three siblings are Beth, Portia and Eddie. Portia is the youngest sister. And Portia's her character's very, like, just a very annoying sibling. Like, they're trying to get along now that they're older, and it's the first time they've seen each other in years. Beth is married, she has a husband. The husband joined them on this trip. So did Eddie's partner. So the entire premises of the trip was that it was supposed to just be the three siblings, not their plus ones, or not added with their husbands or wives or whoever they were. But two of them gate crashed, and like the twists and turns are just actually so good that the littlest things, I just love how Beth was telling us how little things about her husband irritated her, and one chapter in this, you just don't expect it, and you're like, what the hell? Honestly, the whole time you think they're being followed this entire road trip, and they've clocked on that they're being followed. They don't know who by, they don't know if they're just being freaked out. But this kind of similar thing happened to them on the trip when they were younger with their grandpa. So they're thinking, oh shit, like, what if that's our older sister that went missing? Is she messing with us? Is she following us? Like, what's happening? And it's a crazy story, but it's one of the greatest stories I've read in such a long time. I don't want to give too much away, but the book, I have to say, if you definitely do enjoy thrillers, you are going to love this book. It's one of my favourites that I've read this year, hands down, and had I not finished it yesterday, I definitely would read it again. Maybe give it a week, but I just love the pace of the writing, and I feel like in comparison to the last book I read, which I just kind of can't get through, Crawdad's thing, and I just can't get through it, and I don't know why. And then I was reading reviews and everyone was saying, oh, the last 150 pages are where it gets good, and I'm like, I'd rather just be able to read a book and get into it instantly. Like, this one I could not put down, and I just think maybe this style of writing, Samantha's style of writing, is just what I enjoy mainly, probably. But however, I'm not gonna be bored through half a book just to get to a last minute adventure that I would have enjoyed more had the story unfolded earlier in the book. I don't know, I might still try my best to read this one, but it's just kind of, I'm on the fence about this one at the moment. I'm like I said, I am what page did I get to? I mean, I'm kind of like this far in, so however, I kind of feel like I explained what the story is about, but not really, because I didn't want to give away too many spoilers as to what happens in the book. But essentially the story is a group of siblings go on a road trip across America with their granddad's ashes to bury granddad's ashes and inherit their granddad's money. And there's lots of like sibling arguments along the way. You find out things from their childhood, you find out backstories that don't make any sense, and then they make sense eventually. You're reading in the narrative of one character for the most part of this book, and the way you, in the end, you find, not the end, in like the middle, you find out that you're not reading Beth's diary, but you're reading Nikki's diary entries from when she was younger, was such a clever, it's done in such a clever way, and I really enjoyed it. But like I said, she's one of my new favourite authors, and I'm really excited for her next book, whenever that may be out. Anyway, please don't be too mean. This is my first ever book review. I don't know, maybe I should have listed some points about it before I started. I just kind of winged it. But there's like basically they go and they're trying to find out what the secret is, like what's essentially they're going on a mine hunt for gold, like the inheritance money is the gold at the end of the tunnel, etc. And then you just find out kind of what kind of their characters are and what they're like as siblings. And I was mesmerised by this book, to be quite honest, and I literally was really sad when I finished it. I finished, like, honestly, the ending of this book is, it just leaves you thinking. I honestly read the last page and then it's just blank. There's no other words, and you're left wondering, well, I don't know. You have to make your own mind up in the end, and even now, I've had hours to process it, and I still don't know what the right answer is to the end sentence of this book. If you've read it, you know what I mean, but yeah. Anyway, I really enjoyed this book, and I highly recommend it, and hopefully she releases more books soon, because I'm very excited about her writing. And apparently My Lovely Wife is being made into a movie eventually, which is very exciting. Yeah, so subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I shall see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye!